Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanandaji Maharaj, to the Divine Mother and all sages and saints, and to each of you divine soul watching today's satsang. We are currently studying the Holy Scripture, Mysticism of Devi Mahatmaya, worship of God as Mother, and we are currently covering Relax in the Divine Arms of the Mother. Commentaries by my Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanandaji Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So we were covering how to relax in the arms of the Divine Mother, just like we live in the holy arms of our mother as well, our biological mother, and we forget about all worries, tensions, and we feel so free with our mother. So all problems in one's life arise due to the ego center. Not knowing the art of how to face your problems, you try to solve them by working through your tense ego and crowded mind. No matter how great you may be our intellect, as long as the ego exists with its tension, those problems are simply whipped up. They are never solved. All religions try to teach us the great mystical art of turning away from ego. The words may differ, but the goal in all religions remains the same: turning away from the ego, leaving the ego in the hands of the divine self, sitting relaxed with the recognition that the divinity within us will resolve all. This is the art that is being promoted in mother worship in Sanatana Dharma. When you consider God as mother and inwardly have developed profound love for the Devi, you are able to keep the ego aside. By an ordinary intellectual process, ego cannot be set aside, and that is where devotional movement has its uniqueness. When you have developed intense love for the Divine Self, a love that can be compared to the love of a child towards his mother, then by the force of that love, you can set the ego aside. As you do so, your mind will be filled with increasing clarity in meeting the challenges of life. Cool surrender into the arms of divinity in the midst of the raging battles of life and in the leaping tongues of the fires of adversities is the attitude that one learns by adoring the Divine Mother. During our worst conditions of life, we should recline in the wide extended arms of the Supreme Consciousness, the Mother, who has enfolded our soul by her varied expressions, the physical body, pranas, senses, mind, and intellect. So let us leave our worries in the hands and the arms of the Divine Mother, while we continue to do our effort, knowing fully well that the Mother knows what's best for us. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Om Tat Sat.